Many of us have heard of the term hacker. It usually closely follows after words like cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has become one of the biggest threats of the 21st century. According to the Jargon File, a glossary for computer programmers, it states that a person who enjoys exploring the details of programmable systems and stretching their capabilities.
Being able to read and write code makes someone a great prospective hacker. Hackers can be separated into three classes: black hat, gray hat, and white hat hackers. White hat hackers are good guys. They are computer security experts who break into protected systems to test the security and seek to expose loopholes. Often, white hat hackers are people who did black or gray hat hacking in their past, but help a government organization or business do white hat hacking on themselves after they serve their punishment, or sometimes instead of punishment.
A good example of a white hat hacker is Kevin Mitnick, a man who started as a black hat hacker. His hacking career rose from manipulating public bus systems to $160,000 in damage to Digital Equipment Corp. And to admitting to stealing software from Motorola. After serving his sentence of 5 years, this hacker started Mitnick Security Consulting LLC and is now turning a profit as a white
Black
hat
hat
hacker.
hackers are the bad guys of the cyber world. These are individuals who break into a system with the intention to do damage or steal data. Why do they do what they do? For activism, corporate rivalry, and or state-sponsored rivalry. A perfect example of a black hat hacker is Gary McKinnon.
Gary McKinnon is a good example of a black hat hacker. In 2002, the court had recommended that McKinnon be brought to the United States to face charges of illegally accessing 97 computers and causing a total of $700,000 in damage. He went into the system to create destruction on the U.S. government. Gray hat hackers are in the middle of black hat hackers and white hat hackers. How is this so? Well, depending on who you ask, their attacks may be looked at as chivalrous or destructive. They work to uproot truths and shed light on the flaws of large corporations or the government. Although they do shed light, breaking into the JP Morgan Chase website or even the Navy's website is against the law.
One group who can be categorized as gray hat hackers are the renowned group Anonymous. They are the most notorious and well-publicized hacker group. They have been known since 2008 when they notified the Church of Scientology they were going to hack them, and they did. Anonymous's tagline is,
Knowledge is free. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. Anonymous has launched numerous attacks on websites of government departments, politicians, multinationals, the Church of Scientology, and hundreds of ISIS Twitter accounts. They don't care who it is. They hack to shed light on weakness. One of the group's most far-reaching campaigns was the attack launched against PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard. This was called Operation Avenge Assange, in response to the leash that was hung around the neck of WikiLeaks.
In effect, WikiLeaks was and still is dependent on donations to stay afloat. The U.S. government mobilized plans to make these donations almost impossible, thereby strangling the website's ability to stay in operation. Anonymous didn't like this move. Although not directly linked to WikiLeaks, Anonymous has similar beliefs regarding democracy and censorship. They allowed pretty much anyone to help out with the denial of service, also known as DDoS, which is basically flooding a computer's servers. These attacks on gargantuan websites temporarily brought them to their knees and lost the companies millions of dollars in the process.
How do you hack? There are physical ways, like going into a building, stealing info from equipment. Try to breach or gain access by plugging a computer into a network or going to a company and accessing Wi-Fi. There are digital ways, like finding open ports in a company's software or database or accessing through loopholes in programming. There are social ways that do not require much knowledge of computers, coding, or
Hi,
programming.
I'm with your tech company. What's your username and password? I'm just trying to do a little maintenance on your system.
Sure, no problem. Our username is ILoveGBSU and our password is password.
Alright, so username is iHeartGVSU and password's password? Alright, sweet.
The truth of hacking is that there is no way of escaping internet hacking. Be aware that as technology grows more advanced, so does the hunger of hackers to find loopholes and gather data not provided to the average human eye.